Hey, Tipo here. Ready for some fun English? Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Podcast and Chill on the Learn English Podcast channel. I'm Leo, and as always, I'm here with Gwen, who always keeps things real and focused.
Hi, everyone. It's great to have you back with us.
So, Gwen, today we're talking about something really important: time.
That's right, Leo. Our topic today is don't waste your time. You're never young forever.
Time is one of the most precious things we have. Once it's gone, we can't get it back, and that's why it's so important to make the most of it.
Exactly, Leo. Think about how quickly the years pass by. It feels like just yesterday we were celebrating New Year's, and now we're already halfway through the year.
It's so true, Gwen. Sometimes we get so caught up in our daily routines and distractions that we forget how valuable each moment really is.
And that's why today we're going to dive deep into why we should never take time for granted. We'll talk about how to recognize the value of time and why it's crucial to spend it wisely.
We'll also explore how to find purpose in our daily lives, because when you have a clear purpose, it's easier to make the most of your time.
And let's not forget about those pesky distractions that steal our time without us even noticing. We'll discuss how to identify and eliminate those distractions.
Right. Gwen, we're also going to talk about living in the present moment, truly enjoying life as it happens, instead of always worrying about the past or the future.
And as always, we've got some practical tips and advice to help you start making the most of your time today.
So, if you've ever felt like time is slipping away, or if you want to make your days more meaningful, this episode is for you.
And don't forget to check out the free PDF in the description below for more tips and exercises to help you make the most of your time.
Let's get started. All right, Gwen, let's dive into today's topic. Why do you think it's so important not to waste time?
Well, Leo, time is something we can never get back once it's gone. It's one of the few things in life that, no matter how hard you try, you can't buy or recover.
And when you think about it, time is really the most valuable thing we have. Unlike money or things which can be replaced, time keeps moving forward, whether we use it well or not. That's why today we're going to talk about why it's important to make the most of our time.
There's actually a study from Harvard University that found people who manage their time well tend to feel happier and more satisfied with their lives. It's not just about being productive, but about feeling in control of your own time.
That makes sense, Gwen. It's like when you finish a productive day, you feel a sense of accomplishment, like you've really made the most of your time.
And yet, so many of us struggle with time management. Whether it's getting caught up in distractions or simply procrastinating, we often find ourselves wondering where all the time went.
That's why it's so important to recognize the value of time and take active steps to manage it better. This brings us to our first key point: the value of time.
Time is often something we take for granted, but it's the one thing we can never get back once it's gone. Every moment offers a new opportunity, whether it's to learn, connect with others, or simply enjoy life.
That's so true, Gwen. And the older we get, the more we realize how fast time flies. It's not just about making the most of our time, but also about being present in the moment and appreciating what we have right now.
And that's where finding purpose in our daily lives becomes so important. When you have a clear sense of purpose, it's much easier to prioritize your time and focus on what really matters. Whether it's pursuing a career, building relationships, or working on personal growth, having a purpose gives direction to our lives.
And when we talk about finding purpose, it's also about being mindful of the distractions that can easily pull us away from what's important. Distractions are everywhere these days, from social media to endless notifications on our phones. If we're not careful, we can waste hours without even realizing it.
That's so true, Leo. And it's not just about the obvious distractions. Sometimes it's our own habits of delay or saying yes to things that don't fit with our goals.
Which is why learning to manage distractions is a crucial skill. We'll share some strategies on how to stay focused and ensure you're spending your time on what really matters.
And finally, we'll discuss the importance of living in the present moment. So often, we spend our time worrying about what's happened in the past or stressing about what might happen in the future. But the truth is, the only moment we truly have is right now.
That's right, Gwen. Living in the present doesn't mean ignoring the future, but it's about fully experiencing life as it unfolds, appreciating the small moments that make life rich and meaningful. We'll explore some practical tips on how to be more present in your everyday life and how this simple shift in perspective can lead to greater happiness and fulfillment.
So, stay with us because we have a lot of valuable insights to share that could help you make the most of your time and live a more meaningful life.
Now that we've talked about the importance of time, let's go over some vocabulary that can help you better understand today's topic.
That's right, Leo. Let's start with the word prioritize. Prioritized, meaning to decide what is most important and do that first. Example, it's important to prioritize your tasks to manage your time better. Productivity, meaning the ability to get a lot of work done in a certain amount of time. Example, her productivity increases when she avoids distractions. Distraction, meaning something that takes your attention away from what you should be doing. Example, social media can be a big distraction when you need to focus. Schedule, meaning a plan that shows when activities will happen. Example, keeping a daily schedule helps you manage your time. Balance, meaning a situation where different things are equal or in the correct proportions. Example, it's important to find a balance between work and relaxation.
Great job, Gwen. Now, let's put these words into practice with a couple of questions for our listeners. First question, how do you prioritize your tasks each day?
I usually start by making a list of everything I need to do. Then, I decide which tasks are the most important and need to be done first. For example, if I have a project due tomorrow, I will work on that before anything else. And the second question is, what distractions do you think are the biggest obstacles to managing your time?
For me, social media is a big distraction. I find myself checking my phone often, and it can really take up a lot of my time. To avoid this, I try to set specific times to check my phone so that I can stay focused on my work.
That's a great strategy, Leo.
We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please share them in the comments below.
And don't forget, you can always come back to this episode and the free PDF for more practice and tips.
So how to make sure you're using your time in the best way possible, Gwen?
It all starts with setting meaningful goals. When you have clear goals, it's easier to know what you need to focus on.
For example, let's say your goal is to learn English. You can set smaller goals like studying for 30 minutes each day or practicing with a friend. This approach not only makes your goal more manageable, but it also helps you stay motivated because you can see your progress.
And remember, it's important to set goals that are realistic and achievable.
That's true, Gwen. In fact, a study by the American Psychological Association found that people who set achievable goals are more likely to stick to them and feel more satisfied with their progress. It's easy to get discouraged if you set goals that are too big or too hard. So start small and build your way up. Every little step counts.
And speaking of progress, the next thing we want to talk about is embracing growth and learning. Learning doesn't stop when you leave school. It's something you can do your whole life.
You're right, Gwen. You can always find new things to learn, whether it's a new skill, a hobby, or even just reading a book. And there's plenty of evidence to show that continuous learning is linked to better mental health and well-being. For instance, a study published in the Journal of Adult Development found that adults who engage in lifelong learning activities are more likely to have higher cognitive functioning and overall life satisfaction.
And the best part is, learning new things helps you grow as a person. It can also help you stay motivated and excited about life.
That's right. And speaking of staying motivated, another important thing is to cherish your relationships. Relationships with family, friends, and loved ones are some of the most important things in life.
Yes, Leo, spending time with the people you care about can bring a lot of joy and meaning to your life. And research supports this too. A study by Harvard University, known as the Harvard Study of Adult Development, has shown that strong relationships are key to happiness and even to physical health. The study, which has been running for over 80 years, found that people with strong relationships tend to live longer, healthier lives. So, make sure you're taking time to connect with those who matter most to you.
And remember, it's not just about quantity, but quality time.
So, to sum up, set meaningful goals, keep learning and growing, and cherish your relationships.
Doing these things will help you use your time wisely and live a fulfilling life. Welcome back, everyone. Now that we've talked about how to use your time wisely, let's go over some important vocabulary that we discussed earlier.
That's right, Leo. These words can help you better understand and apply the ideas we talked about today. The first word is goal. A goal is something you want to achieve or do in the future. For example, her goal is to learn English by the end of the year. The second word is motivation. Motivation is the reason or reasons for doing something. It's what makes you want to do something. For example, he found motivation to study harder after seeing his exam results. Next, we have growth. Growth means the process of developing or improving over time. For example, learning a new skill can lead to personal growth. The fourth word is relationship. A relationship is the way in which two or more people are connected or how they interact with each other. For example, she values her relationship with her family and friends. Finally, we have learning. Learning is the process of gaining knowledge or skills by studying, practicing, or being taught. For example, learning is a lifelong journey that never ends.
Now, let's see how our listeners can use these words in their daily lives. First question, what is one personal goal you have, and how do you plan to achieve it?
My personal goal is to improve my English. I plan to achieve it by studying for 30 minutes every day, practicing with a language partner, and watching English videos to improve my listening skills. Second question, how do you stay motivated when working towards your goals?
I stay motivated by setting small, achievable goals and celebrating my progress. I also remind myself why I started and focus on how much I've already accomplished. We'd love to hear your answers, so please share them in the comments below.
And remember, you can always come back to this episode in the free PDF for more practice and tips.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode and found it helpful.
We've covered a lot of important ideas about how to use your time wisely, set meaningful goals, and cherish your relationships.
Now, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What's one thing you're going to start doing differently after listening to this episode?
Please share your ideas in the comments below.
And remember, there's a free PDF with all the tips and vocabulary from today's episode in the description, so make sure to check it out.
We're always here to help you on your journey to learn English. So if you have any questions or need more tips, feel free to ask in the comments or reach out to us on social media.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Podcast and Chill.
We'll be back soon with another episode, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned.
Until next time, take care and keep making the most of every moment.
Goodbye, everyone.
Hey, Tipo here. Ready for some fun English? Let's go.
Welcome back to Podcast and Chill, everyone. We are happy to see you again in this episode.
It's always fun to talk about interesting things. Today, we are talking about hobbies.
I love hobbies, so Gwen, what is your favorite hobby?
I love painting. It helps me relax and be creative. How about you?
I enjoy playing the guitar. Because girls like it, right? It sounds romantic.
Oh, well, I hope you don't get hit when performing.
Hey,
Anyway, let's start and find the joy in hobbies together.
all right, here we go. There are many hobbies people enjoy.
Yes. For example, reading books. Reading is fun and helps us learn new things. We can read stories, learn about history, or read about science.
We can also draw and paint. Painting is creative and makes us feel relaxed. We can use many colors and make beautiful pictures.
Playing a musical instrument is also a great hobby. It is fun and helps us focus. We can learn to play the guitar, piano, or even the violin. Making music is a wonderful way to express our feelings.
Yes, and gardening is another good hobby. It helps us feel calm and enjoy nature.
There are so many hobbies to try. Each hobby brings joy and benefits to our lives. For example, some people like to write stories or poems. Others enjoy dancing or acting in plays.
Yes, hobbies make our lives better and more interesting. They give us something to look forward to and help us use our free time in a good way. Everyone should find a hobby they love.
Finding a new hobby can be exciting. It can open up new opportunities and help us discover new talents.
So, don't be afraid to try new things. There's always something out there for everyone.
And remember, hobbies are not just for fun. They can also help us grow as people, learn new skills, and make new friends.
So let's start exploring and enjoy the many benefits of having a hobby. Let's talk more about how to find a new hobby. Sometimes people want to try something new, but don't know where to start.
That's a good question. It's important to explore different activities to see what truly interests us.
Absolutely. So, Gwen, what's the first step in finding a new hobby?
The first step is to think about what you enjoy and what interests you. Make a list of things you like or are curious about.
For example, if you like being outdoors, maybe try hiking or gardening. If you enjoy being creative, try painting or playing a musical instrument.
Yes, and once you have a list, start trying out different activities. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. You might find something you really love.
Exactly. Trying new things can be so exciting. You never know what might become your next passion. How about taking a class or joining a group?
That's a very effective method, Leo. Taking a class can help you learn the basics and meet people who share the same interest. For instance, if you want to learn to cook, sign up for a cooking class.
And joining a group or community can be really helpful.
Yes, you can learn from others' experiences. And it's also a great way to make new friends. Social interaction is an important part of enjoying a hobby.
Totally agree. And remember, it's okay if you try something and don't like it. That's part of the process. Just keep exploring until you find what makes you happy.
Sometimes it takes a few tries to find the right fit.
So, Gwen, have you ever found a hobby you love by trying something new?
Yes, I once took a pottery class out of curiosity and ended up really enjoying it. It was different from my usual activities and quite relaxing.
For me, I discovered my love for photography by just picking up a camera one day and experimenting. Now, it's one of my favorite hobbies.
Indeed. Finding a new hobby is all about enjoying the process and discovering new things about yourself.
All right, Gwen, we've talked about finding new hobbies. But what about balancing hobbies with our daily lives?
The key is time management. First, we need to prioritize our tasks and activities. Make a list of what needs to be done and what can wait.
Writing things down can really help us see where our time goes.
Yes, and once we have a clear view of our schedule, we can allocate specific time slots for our hobbies. For example, if you enjoy reading, set aside 30 minutes before bed every night.
That sounds doable. Even small time slots can make a big difference. I like to play the guitar for 15 minutes during my lunch break. It refreshes my mind.
That's a good strategy, Leo. Another tip is to combine hobbies with daily activities. For instance, if you enjoy listening to podcasts, do it while commuting or exercising.
Great point, Gwen. Multitasking can be really effective. And how about setting goals?
Like finishing a book by the end of the month or learning a new song on the guitar each week. Setting achievable goals can keep us motivated. It gives us something to work towards and helps us stay committed to our hobbies.
Absolutely. And remember, it's okay to say no sometimes. If you're too busy, don't take on extra tasks that will eat into your hobby time.
Hobbies should be fun, not another source of stress.
Precisely. It's about finding a balance.
Hobbies should enhance our lives, not complicate them. Take breaks when needed and don't push yourself too hard.
Hobby, meaning an activity done regularly in one's leisure time for pleasure. Example, gardening is a popular hobby that many people enjoy. Instrument, meaning a tool or device used to produce musical sounds. Example, learning to play a musical instrument like the piano can be very rewarding. Relax, meaning free from tension and anxiety. Example, after painting, I feel very relaxed and happy. Discover, meaning to find something new or learn something for the first time. Example, I discovered a new hobby when I tried pottery. Balance, meaning when things are equal or fair, not too much of one thing and not too little of another. Example, it's important to balance work and hobbies to lead a fulfilling life. What hobbies are mentioned in the conversation and what are their benefits? The hobbies mentioned include reading books, drawing, playing musical instruments, gardening, writing stories, dancing, and acting. They help with learning, relaxation, focus, feeling calm, and enjoying nature. Hobbies make life more interesting, allow us to discover new talents, and support personal growth. What suggestions does Gwen give for finding a new hobby and how are they helpful? Gwen suggests thinking about your interests, making a list, trying different activities, and joining a class or group. These suggestions help explore new hobbies, learn new skills, and make friends. All right, Gwen, we've talked about finding and balancing hobbies. Now, let's talk about turning hobbies into passions.
That's a great topic, Leo. Turning a hobby into a passion can be incredibly fulfilling. It's about taking something you love and diving deeper into it.
Absolutely. So, Gwen, how can someone turn their hobby into a passion?
The first step is to dedicate time and effort to your hobby. Consistency is key. The more you practice and engage with your hobby, the more skilled and passionate you become.
And don't be afraid to invest in your hobby. Whether it's buying better equipment, taking advanced classes, or spending more time on it, investing in your hobby shows your commitment.
That's true. It's also important to set goals. Clear, achievable goals can help you measure your progress and keep you motivated. For instance, if you're into painting, aim to complete a certain number of artworks each month.
And don't forget to challenge yourself. Trying new techniques, pushing your limits, and stepping out of your comfort zone can really help you grow.
Exactly. Growth often happens outside of our comfort zones. Another tip is to connect with others who share your passion. Join clubs, online forums, or attend events. Networking can provide support and inspiration.
Speaking of connecting with others, sharing your hobby with the world can also turn it into a passion. Start a blog, create a YouTube channel, or use social media to showcase your work.
Yes. Sharing your passion can also open up opportunities for feedback and collaboration, which can further enhance your skills and enthusiasm.
And who knows, your passion might even turn into a career. There are many examples of people who have done just that. Steve Jobs, who turned his passion for technology into the globally influential company Apple. Even smaller scale, examples, like a friend of mine who loves baking and now runs a successful bakery.
That's inspiring. Another example is someone who loves photography and becomes a professional photographer, capturing weddings and special events. Passion can indeed lead to a fulfilling career.
Exactly. And even if it doesn't become a career, your passion can still bring joy and fulfillment to your life. It's all about doing what you love and loving what you do.
So, to our listeners, if you have a hobby you truly enjoy, consider dedicating more time and effort to it. Dive deep, set goals, and challenge yourself. Who knows where it might lead?
And remember, it's never too late to turn a hobby into a passion. Whether you're young or old, if something makes you happy, go for it.
Let's encourage everyone to explore their hobbies more deeply and see where their passions can take them. The journey itself can be incredibly rewarding.
Right on, Gwen. So, listeners, go ahead and take that hobby to the next level. Make it a passion, and who knows, it might just change your life. All right, next, let's dive into the social benefits of hobbies. Hobbies aren't just fun. They can also help us connect with others.
That's right, Leo. Engaging in hobbies can create opportunities to meet new people and form meaningful relationships.
Exactly. So, Gwen, what are some ways hobbies can help us connect with others?
One way is by joining clubs or groups related to your hobby. For instance, if you enjoy reading, you can join a book club where members discuss their favorite books.
Yes. Or if you love playing sports, joining a local team or league can be a great way to meet people and make new friends.
Another way is by participating in community events or workshops. These activities allow you to learn and share your passion with others who have similar interests.
Absolutely. And competitions or contests are also great. Whether it's a cooking contest, a chess tournament, or an art show, these events bring people together and create a sense of community.
Correct, Leo. And these shared experiences often lead to strong bonds and lasting friendships. When people come together over a common interest, it creates a foundation for deeper connections.
Speaking of which, I have a friend who met his best friend at a guitar class. They started jamming together and now they even perform at local cafes.
That's a wonderful example, Leo. I've also seen people form close friendships through volunteer groups, where they share a passion for helping others while building strong social ties.
Another great thing about hobbies is that they can bridge generational gaps. For example, I love seeing kids and their grandparents bonding over gardening or playing board games together.
Indeed, hobbies can bring together people of different ages, backgrounds, and cultures. They create a space where everyone feels included and valued.
And let's not forget the online communities. With the internet, it's easier than ever to connect with people who share your interests, no matter where they are in the world.
Yes, online forums, social media groups, and virtual events can provide support, advice, and camaraderie, even if you can't meet in person.
To our listeners, if you're looking to make new friends or strengthen existing relationships, consider diving into a hobby. It's a fun and rewarding way to connect with others.
Fulfilling, meaning making you feel happy and satisfied because you are doing something important or useful. Example, volunteering at the shelter was a fulfilling experience for her. Camaraderie, meaning a feeling of good friendship and trust among a group of people. Example, the camaraderie among the teammates was evident during their victory celebration. passion, meaning a strong and barely controllable emotion or enthusiasm for something. Example, her passion for painting is evident in her beautiful artwork. Community, meaning a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. Example, joining a club can help you feel like part of a community. Connect, meaning bring together or into contact so that a real or notional link is established. Example, social media allows people to connect with friends and family easily. What are some steps mentioned for turning a hobby into a passion? To turn a hobby into a passion, you should spend time on it regularly and practice a lot. Set goals for yourself and try new things to get better. You can also buy better tools or take classes to improve. Sharing your hobby with others online and connecting with people who like the same things can also help make your hobby a passion. How can hobbies help people connect with others and form meaningful relationships? Hobbies can help you meet new people by joining clubs or teams, going to events, or entering contests. These activities let you make friends and feel part of a community. Hobbies can also bring together people of different ages and backgrounds. Online groups make it easy to find others who like the same hobbies, no matter where they live.
We hope our listeners are inspired to dive into their hobbies.
Or even discover new ones.
Remember, it's all about having fun and finding joy in what you do.
Exactly. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Podcast and Chill. We hope you found our discussion helpful and motivating.
And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. We love hearing your feedback.
Yes, and feel free to share your own hobby experiences with us. We'd love to hear your stories and maybe even share them in a future episode.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning,
and most importantly, keep having fun with your hobbies.
Goodbye, everyone.